What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I think Biden hates real estate investors. Actually, that's just, well, actually, yeah, kind of. I'm going to explain his plan to abolish the 1031 exchange, what that's going to mean for me and all other real estate investors, and the impact that I believe that this will have on our nation. So with all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright guys, if you're new to the channel, I've been investing for the last 8 years and I currently own over $15 million of real estate. So if the 1031 exchange is abolished, this is going to hit me at the core. It's going to be a major bummer. And so in this video, I'm going to explain how real estate investors use the 1031 exchange, why this will suck in a very big way. So I'm going to explain the impact this will have on me, the impact this will have on you and all other real estate investors, and the impact that I believe it will have on our nation as a whole. So with all of that, we're just going to jump right into it. First off, you need to understand that the 1031 exchange has been around since 1921. And the reason this is so awesome is it gives real estate investors the opportunity to purchase real estate, to have that real estate go up in value in a big way, and then sell that real estate and take all of the profits they made off of that real estate and move it into another property. So for example, if you purchase a property for $100,000 maybe 15 years ago, and now that property has gone up to being worth $1 million because you bought it in a great place, that gives you the opportunity to move that $900,000 in profit you made off of that property and move it tax-free into another property. This would give you buying power if you use a loan of $3 million. So now you could buy a $3 million property with your profits from your $1 million property that used to be worth $100,000 when you originally bought it. And you can move all of those profits into this $3 million property absolutely tax-free. One of the reasons this is so cool is it incentivizes real estate investors to sell and buy property, which in turn causes a bunch of other things to happen that we're going to talk about in a minute. But essentially, it gives you a reason to consistently sell your properties because you can sell them and level up and buy bigger properties. For new investors, in my mind, this is a huge advantage because it keeps the market fluid. It keeps these old investors that now have this property that's worth a ton of money from just sitting on these properties forever, because for them, it makes sense to sell and buy their properties. On top of that, it makes sense for all of us because when you buy real estate, you always win. Properties are always going up in value. So if you're willing to take on the risk and the stress and the hassle and wait it out while you hold on to real estate, you have this big shiny thing at the end that says, hey, once you've waited it out, once you've gotten these profits, you can sell your property and buy another one, and you can do it tax-free. And so you're going to be able to level up a lot more quickly than you would otherwise. In my opinion, this helps out the little guy just as much as it helps out the big guy, because if you're someone like me, I'm only 30 years old and I want to be able to take advantage of this so I can trade up into bigger properties without having to pay taxes on those profits in the process. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are saying, well, Chandler, eventually people will have to pay the tax on this money, won't they? Yeah, that's what's cool about the 1031 exchange. You can kick it down the road as long as you want, but if you ever pull that money out, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. However, most real estate investors realize that this is a huge benefit, so they're going to want to kick it down the road for the remainder of their life, to the point where they either die or they can work out something to maybe sell or finance the property and slowly pay those taxes as they deplete what they've worked for their whole life and use that as retirement. Now, I'm not going to get into everything that goes into that, but you need to understand eventually they would have to pay tax on this, or if they die, it goes to their kids, which is another negative because Biden doesn't want that money to go to their kids unless they pay taxes on it as well, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. Here is what this means for real estate investors. First off, you're not incentivized to sell real estate, which means in turn, it's going to be harder to buy real estate for new investors. Second off, here's where my real beef is. You've got these older people that are making these decisions and pushing, hey, we need to get rid of the 1031 exchange. Well, here's the deal. If you're like me and you're 30 or 25 or 20, this screws you over for building wealth like all of these older people did for years. So now you've got all these old investors that have been able to capitalize on the 1031 exchange. They are the ones that are owning all of this property, and now they're not incentivized to sell it and have the market be fluid so that us young investors have an opportunity to capitalize on buying these properties. Now, transactions are still going to happen because some people will say, hey, I want to sell this property for, X, Y, and Z, but this is going to drastically affect the amount of property that is getting sold, and a lot of these old investors are just going to hold on to it. So if you're a new investor trying to get into the multifamily game, this is going to make it much more difficult when it's already extremely difficult to get into because there is a shortage on housing. These things are going way above market value. It's just a really frustrating thing because this doesn't help you if you're trying to get into the game. On top of that, 1031 exchanges are extremely useful when you're trying to build a real estate portfolio. So if you're someone that buys a property right and you've got the opportunity to sell it for $500,000 or more than what you bought it for, you're going to be screwed because you're going to have to pay tax on this money when all of your predecessors that have been able to build these real estate portfolios have been able to take advantage of it. So in my opinion, you've got this government that has bit off way more than they can chew, and they're saying, hey, we need to tax people more, but they're just screwing over all of us that are trying to build wealth. Now, there are lots of different arguments that are going to come into it, but in my personal opinion, this would really suck. The other major bummer with this that I don't think they've taken into consideration is they have put a price limit on it. So they're going to leave it for profits of $500,000 or less. Well, in my opinion, all that this is going to do is force these big investors to stay in the little pool because these tax advantages are huge. What that means is now you're going to have tons of investors going for the single family homes, the duplexes, the fourplexes, the 4 units or less stuff. And that's going to make it even more competitive than it already is because it's extremely competitive because a lot of people don't have the money to afford these bigger deals. And because of that, they're focusing on the smaller deals. So now you've got all of the new investors here and you've got all of the experienced investors here, which is going to make it extremely difficult for new investors to kind of break in to where they can build a portfolio that then they would be able to trade up for these bigger properties. So in my opinion, the government is trying to penalize these big investors, these people with big money, which I can totally see the advantages of doing that, even though I don't completely agree with it. At the end of the day, it's going to screw over the little guy because the big guy is always going to figure out how to work the tax loopholes. And if there's going to be a lot more tax benefits for these smaller deals, why on earth would they continue to stay in the bigger deals? They're going to buy the smaller deals and they're just going to buy more of them so they can take advantage of more of the 1031 exchanges. Now, I'm basing these assumptions off of not a ton of knowledge other than the fact that they're taking away the 1031 exchange if it's more than a profit of $500,000. I'm sure there are lots of intricacies that are going to go into this. I'm sure that, this is their first thing they're throwing out and maybe there'll be some back and forth. There's a lot that goes into this, but what you need to understand is anytime you're taking away the 1031 exchange at any level, that's going to be a disadvantage for you in our age group that wasn't there before. And I know the end goal is to kind of take away this wealth gap, but so many people have already made it. They're just eliminating our ability to make it. And that's what really frustrates me with this whole idea. Now, the last thing that I want to mention is this will slow down the amount of transactions that happen on these bigger deals, which in turn is going to hurt business for other people because whenever a transaction takes place, lots of different businesses are making money. And I'm not going to dive into all of them, but you've got loans that are going out. You've got title companies that are dealing with these transactions. You've got realtors. You've got all of these different people that are making money, which in turn, in my opinion, is spurring on the economy. And so there are lots of arguments back and forth, but it just feels like they're trying to screw over the big guy, but really they're just giving the big guy the advantage the last however many years, and now it's going to be taken away from us so that we can't get there as quick as the big guy did. Now, this is my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Usually I don't get into this stuff, and I'm not trying to get political with you. I'm just saying in this specific thing, this really matters to me. Please don't take away the 1031 exchange because this is something that real estate investors, whether you're new, in the middle, and old, it's going to have a big impact. And especially for the new real estate investors, this will dramatically slow slow down your ability to build a massive portfolio of real estate. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my future videos where my goal is to help you to build a huge passive income. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.